Alright, so in the last video we explored the back end a little bit, the admin area. Now I want to create a custom theme. Alright, and this isn't going to be anything special, it's just going to be a standard Bootstrap theme because the point isn't to really get into the design and all that, it's to show you how to do it. Okay, so we're going to go to settings and then let's go to front end theme. And instead of just creating all the files in this theme folder right here manually, we can just generate a blank theme. So let's go ahead and click that. So it's going to ask us some questions. The new theme name, let's call it Acme. Actually, we'll make this capital because it'll automatically lowercase the directory name. Description, we'll just say simple. Actually, we're going to use boot swatch, which is a customized version of Bootstrap. Author, feel free to put your own name. Oops. Homepage, I'm just going to say eduonics.com. For the code, let's see, unique code, this theme, we're not going to do that. So let's click create, and over here you'll see that there's a folder now in the themes folder called Acme, and it creates all these subfolders for us. Now, by default, there's no pages, there's nothing. It's just a blank slate. All right. What we're going to do is enable it over here. Okay, so we'll say activate. And then if we go back to CMS, you'll see there's no pages. There's no pages, no partials, no anything. Everything is stored in that particular theme. All right, so we can start to create stuff. Let's go to the front end, just localhost / Acme, and it says page not found. All right, because there are no pages. So let's go back, and the first thing I'm going to do is add a layout. All right, so let's say add. For the file name, let's just call this default, and let's just say hello for now, and I want to save it. Make sure it gets saved over here. You can see now there's a default.htm, and it puts this in here like that. This is kind of like the header info. So let's go back over here. So what I'm going to do in this file, and you'll see this still won't work, okay, because all we have is a layout. We don't have any pages or anything like that. So let's put some stuff in here. This is going to be where like our head goes, all the heading info and so on. Actually, let's put a doc type in here as well. Okay, and then let's see, we'll put our head in. Can I make this bigger? So that's search. I guess I'll have to do that. I really don't want to zoom in on everything, but I want you guys to be able to see it. So in here, let's go ahead and put in our head tags. All right, and then title. Okay, and in here, let's just we'll say Acme, and then we can use dynamic variables here, or includes, whatever you want to call them. So we can say this.page.title, and that'll put whatever the current page title in our HTML title. All right, and we can also do like descriptions and stuff like that. So let's say name equals description. I know that the text is really small here, guys. So name equals description, and let's do content equals, and then we can put the page meta description in here by saying this dot page dot meta underscore description. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just save this, and I'm gonna work over here. You see that right when I saved it, it came in this file right here. So just so you guys can see it. So let's see, we'll do what else? Let's put in a link tag, and we're gonna grab a style sheet from Bootswatch. Okay, let's just get we'll do this sandstone. So I'll click download, and I'm just gonna grab the link here and copy it. All right, so we'll go and we'll stick that right here. Now we also want a custom CSS file, so let's go over to our Acme theme and go to Assets, and then in here we're going to create a CSS folder, and let's create a new file, and we'll just call this theme.css. Alright, I'm not going to put anything in it just yet. I don't even know if I'll put anything in it, but just to have it. And then we need to go like that. And to access that assets folder, what we want to do is use our double curly brace. And then in here, we're going to do assets/css/theme.css. And then we just want to put a pipe character here and let it know that that is the CSS for this theme. All right, and then right under that, we want to put in styles. And what that'll do, what that does is if we use, for instance, another component that has its own style sheet, this is where it's going to insert it. So any extra style sheets will go in here. It's just really a placeholder. All right, and let me fix that doc type right there. Shouldn't be a space. All right, so I guess, yeah, that's it for the head. Now let's go ahead and put in the body tags. All right, and then the first thing we're going to want is the nav bar. Okay, now the nav bar is basically the header for this website. So I'm going to put this into a partial. So in the partials folder, I'll create a new folder called site. And then in there, let's create a file and we'll call it header.htm. Okay, and then let's grab a bootstrap navbar. We'll go to getbootstrap.com and go to getting started, and then examples, and then starter template. Okay, from here we'll do a control U, and we're just going to grab this nav tag right here. All right, so let's go ahead and put that in here. And then let's get rid of the fixed navbar fixed top class. And for the project name, I'm going to put in the dynamic site name, which we're going to create. So if we say this.theme.site_name. All right, now this isn't going to be there by default. We actually have to create this in our theme file. All right, and I should have already showed you guys this, but there's a theme.yaml, and it has the name, the description, the author, homepage, and then if there's any code that you want to put in here, and then any other values that we want. So this is where I want to put the site name, which is going to actually be a field. Okay, so we need to say form, and then with YAML, it's basically it's kind of like Jade, if you're familiar with that. It's based on indents, so you want to make sure the indentation is correct. So here we want to say fields, and we can put in custom fields, and this one is going to be called site_name. All right, and then in here we can have a label. So we'll just say site name. We can put a comment. We'll just say the global website name, and then the default value for this, which we'll just say Acme. All right, and we can save that. Actually, you know what? Let's do a description as well. So I'll just copy this and then paste that in, and we'll change this to description. So this will be site description, the global website description. And as far as the text, I'm just going to use some dummy text. If you're using Atom, you can do lorem and then tab, and it'll put a bunch of sample content. Okay, I just want to make this a little shorter though. That's still too long. All right, you can put whatever you want in there. So let's go ahead and save that. And now when we display our site, this should show Acme, okay, the site name. All right, so back to our default file here. We have the navbar inside of the header HTML partial. Let's make sure that that's saved. And then, whoops. Oh, we didn't, what is that? I don't want that, header PHP. In the default file right here, we want to put in, let's say, put in a header tag, and we want to display our partial. So to do that, we just want single curly braces and then the percentage symbols. And in here we can say partial. It's going to be in the site folder and then in a file called header. Alright, so that'll be the header. And then let's see, let's put a container div here. And this is where we're going to output the content, okay, whatever page we're viewing. So to do that, we're going to use the syntax again, and we're just going to say page. All right. Now, if you wanted a footer, you could do that as well. I guess we'll just put one in there. We'll just change this to footer. All right, we'll save that, and then let's create inside the partials site folder. We're going to say new file, footer.htm. All right, and I guess we'll just put a paragraph, and we'll say copyright. We'll say copyright 2017. I don't know, Acme Services. All right, so we'll save that. And let's actually just give that a class. Oops. Let's give it a class of text center. All right, so we'll save that, close it up. And I think, oh, we need to put in our scripts, okay, and also the script placeholders. So let's go down here, and let's see, we're going to say script, and I don't even want that. Let's put a source attribute. All right, now we want to point to a couple things. One is jQuery. I want to include that. The Bootstrap.js file, and jQuery is actually a dependency for that. And then also a custom JS file in case we want that. Okay, and these are all going to be in our assets. So let's put in our double curly brace, and then we'll say assets / vendor / jQuery.js, and then we just want to add the pipe character and then theme. All right, and then I'll just actually, let's put the ending tag on, and then I'll just copy this. Okay, let's paste it in 2 more times, and then this one is going to be Bootstrap.js, and then we're going to have assets / JavaScript, and then this will be app.js. That'll be our custom file. So let's save that, and then you can see we have our assets folder. Let's create a folder called JS, not JS, JavaScript, or is it JS? No, JavaScript, and then we also want a vendors folder, or vendor. And then what I'll do is just copy from the demo theme here. If we go into assets and then JavaScript, there's an app.js file here. This has some stuff in it, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to delete it all. But we'll copy that and then paste it in here. Okay, and then let's just get rid of everything and save. And then let's copy from the demo theme and the vendor folder. There's a Bootstrap.js, so we want to copy that and put it into our vendor folder. Okay, as well as jQuery.js. All right, close that up. So that looks good. Let's make sure that the default HTML file is saved. And then what we'll do is create a page. So let's go back over here and go to pages. We'll add a page. So page title, let's just say home. And file name will be home. Let's choose the default layout. Description, let's say this is the home page. And then down here, for now, let's just put an H1 and we'll just say welcome. Alright, so let's go ahead and save that. And then if we go to our front end and reload, let's clear the cache. No, it's still not reloading. Let's see. Oh, the URL, we want that to be just /, not /home. There we go. All right, so it's taking that bootstrap, that boot swatch theme. I'm going to see what color the inverse is because I don't really like that green. So if we go to default, not default, we want to go to our header, and let's just change this to navbar default. Yeah, I like that better. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and stop here, and you'll notice that the about, these aren't going to work because we don't have those pages for this theme yet, but we'll get to that. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next.